Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. And in about 2 hours from now, there's going to be a actual live conference of the Ripple v SEC lawsuit. So if you are an XRP holder, make sure you press the like button on this video right now and share it as soon as possible. And if you're watching this not the moment that I posted but later, make sure you check my channel to see if I did not already go live, because again, in about 2.5 hours from me recording this, so about 2 hours from the time at which you can probably start watching this, we're going to be live streaming, and this is basically going to be the SEC and Ripple with the judge talking to one another, discussing with one another, and us being able to call in on this one. And I'm going to call in, I'm going to buy a new subscription on my phone in a little bit, and we're going to call in over to the USA to, witness this. Again, guys, I'm going to live stream as much as possible, so make sure you tune in. Usually we have thousands upon thousands of people watching, but it's been like over a year since we did our last one, so who will know? Alright, by far the most important thing which came out today, just letting you guys in on everything that's been trending, just some crypto news, is the draft bill that everybody's talking about. Alright, this is from Cynthia Loomis, and everybody in the crypto space is going crazy about this right now. Jeremy Hogan also had a couple of words, and he says, Loomis bill thoughts. First, the bill is strikingly broad. Reporting, taxes, brokers, etc. are all under its umbrella. 2, it is much better than status quo. And 3, it carves a niche for digital assets that are subject to SEC oversight if they are investment contracts. But, this is a very big caveat, even if a digital asset falls under the SEC's oversight, the reporting requirements aren't onerous. At least it's possible that a crypto company could fulfill the reporting requirements, unlike now. In summary, I like it. It tries to, and mainly strikes, a nice balance, in my opinion. Caliber had a question. If passed before the SEC case is resolved, how would it change Ripple's position? Would it make the case go away? Jeremy said, nope. It wouldn't make the case go away, but in theory, it could change the analysis of sales of XRP from the time the bill is passed moving forward. But I don't see that playing a major role in the litigation. And one very important reason for that, guys, is that in all seriousness, is there really any debate about the current XRP being securities? Or securities sales or whatever? The whole discussion is about the past. If we keep looking at it, Ripple selling XRP right now doesn't seem to be a problem. Jed McCaleb selling XRP doesn't really seem to be a problem. And otherwise, as John Dean often said, they would have most likely gone for a preliminary injunction, where they would have basically stopped all the sales at this point. But they didn't. So, yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to quickly make clear. Now, there's also James Fillon who shared this. This is, again, the library case, or at least something that has to do with library. SEC v. Ripple library. A Connecticut federal court discussed investment contracts at length in a recent decision granting a motion for a new trial in a case in which a jury found that a particular token was not an investment contract. Not 1,000% sure. It says here Dennis Mark Audet, Michael Fiver, and Dean Allen Shinners, which are the plaintiffs versus defendant Stuart A. Fraser. Stuart Fraser is a tennis guy. I guess we also have a Stuart Fraser here, Cantor Fitzgerald, LP. We have a specific journalist, and we have a guitarist, civil servant, I guess. Oh no, this one is not going to be our guy. Then again, it's not as if I know the top part here. It just says, in this case, alleging security law violations and common law fraud arising out of a crypto mining company's sale of various crypto-related products, the jury returned a verdict for the defendant Stuart Fraser after 8 days of evidence. The plaintiffs have filed a motion for judgment as a matter of law, and in the alternative, for a new trial on their security claims. For the reasons set forth below, I deny their motion for judgment as a matter of law and grant in part and deny in part their motion for a new trial. Okay, so this is about a company that is called Gall Miners. It's not about Ripple in any way, shape, or form. We can actually maybe see if there's any mention of Ripple in the piece. No XRP. Is there Bitcoin? There is Bitcoin, but it's just about miners. Okay, we have 9 mentions of that. Started mining Bitcoin immediately once you activated them. But as far as I can quickly scout here, is just one of those mining scams. The thing is, guys, if you don't know, I get about, let's say about 10 messages a day or so, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, of people saying, hey, we have this Tron freaking miner. You want to promote it? And I always have to say, like, anything that's cloud mining or mining based, I don't want to touch. But I've been involved with a lot of those in the past. I'm not exactly sure what this one is about. Maybe I get money back for all the scams I've been involved in, that they scammed me before, if you guys get my drift. Oh, it says here, a little while ago, in the fall of 2014, Gall miners announced the launch of a new crypto called Paycoin. October 2014, in which email forwarded, or Fraser forwarded the Gall miners announcement that Hashcoin, it kind of seems if I do remember that, but I'm not sure on that. I think Hash Miner was a thing, or Hash Mine, something like that, was coming, and wrote New World Coming ICO. The jury saw evidence of various efforts by the company to promote Paycoin on its website. And yeah, I mean, yeah. So this one is a good one though, right? As far as I can see on the quick side, this is literally one of those fraud/scam cases. Don't take my word for it here, because I have not read enough to actually conclude this. But it's interesting to me how this one seems not as important. So now let's quickly reread. Connecticut Federal Court discussed investment contracts at length in a recent decision granting a motion for a new trial which, in a case in which jury found that a particular token was not an investment contract. So I'm not so sure exactly what they did think it was. However, the fact of the matter is, they're just stating here, James Phelan is stating this because of the fact that they are discussing this more and more. So it's basically getting more case law. It's becoming more apparent in multiple different lawsuits. And so that might eventually change things around for the Ripple SEC lawsuit as well. The more that it gets discussed in different lawsuits. Before we continue on, guys, make sure, all right, let me make this really clear. Make sure you get yourself an account over on Bybit and get yourself at least $500 in your account. There's a competition coming up, and there's $8 million to be won. But the best part is, you don't need a lot of money to win any of the prizes. It's a percentage game. We are a team. Join my freaking team. I'm not sure if you can join just quite yet, but the moment that it gets live, join it instantly, because if we win, it's going to be freaking wild, all right? And I know a lot of other YouTubers are gearing up, and it's going to start in about 2 days from now. So I want you guys to be there or be squared, and I'm about to throw some hands, all right? If you guys don't join, but I see you trading stuff, it's such a waste. So just join the team. There's nothing to lose. Make sure you check it out. That's all I'm saying right now. And just briefly heading on over in the charts, just wanted to quickly make a couple things clear. One, I still expect XRP to make this turnaround ever since our weekly close was positive recently. I still expect about a 50% upside over the next couple of weeks. Pretty quickly here. Also, we did see the breakout right now. We've actually seen a retest rather recently here, a couple of hours ago. It's, I guess, 12 a.m. We saw another retest of our little trend line here. Again, the breakout was not one that you could really trade. On Bitcoin, it was one that you could trade, however, only with some very slight margins, only about a 1% or so, because as you can see, there was a breakout with a confirmation, pretty much like we saw back here as well. However, even from that confirmation from the point at which we trade, it was only about 1.6% or so upwards before falling back down. This is what you consider to be a fake out. Then again, over on the daily, we also got faked out before, and right now, I guess barely not, because we did not get a confirming candle just quite yet. But these are fake outs, right? Where they're basically trying to grab you in with the perfect setup, so to speak, before crashing it down upon you. That's exactly what we saw right there. However, I would say, because these are smaller moves, and because we're trying to basically pinpoint some long positions in a very negative / sideways market, it's better to take some smaller profits here and there as we can. However, I would have liked to actually take the XRP trade if it was possible. And I guess we can still go for every single time we face a retest, for example. But I honestly just want to basically buy a crazy XP long position the moment we get to the right point. And again, for Bitcoin, all I can say briefly about it is I still expect the turnaround. I still expect the most critical level to be 40,000 before actually ending the year at $70,000 plus. By the way, for anybody that took my most, I guess, not recent trade, but my most prominent trade, the one that I really explained in the depths of the depths, we're actually still in profit on that one, ever since we actually took the trade, which is kind of funny. I told you guys a little bit earlier, I think it was like May 29th here, that I was saying like, hey, I'm taking a long position. It could have been a little bit earlier than that as well, as this was basically my expectation that I drew out, and this was most likely at around, May 20th or something like that, or maybe May 23rd, when I explained to you guys what I expect was going to happen, and it did pursue. But in the grand scheme of things, I still think the big Bitcoin breakout is yet to happen, so to speak, right? We still have to witness that at some point in the near future here. And the moment that we get there, I'll most likely make a little quick update video just up front. But let's just say it like this, right? The moment that Bitcoin starts to spike, you'll notice most likely, because the entire crypto market will start pumping, and all these altcoins, which you've seen go sideways for a little while, they'll most likely also finally start pumping as well. So all I can say about it is be prepared. I'm going to be here making videos the moment that we get closer. Right now we got a nice little reversal at the bottom of our little triangle here as well. I'm still expecting upside. I still have seen Bitcoin bounce so ridiculously many times that I'm expecting that. So even, whatever. And let's not talk about what I'm going to do here for the next couple of hours here, as it's too risky, right? But I'm saying I think it's more likely that we're going to be seeing upside for the short term for Bitcoin than downside. However, a little bit of downside, a couple $100, maybe $1,000 or so dollars, would not be too crazy. But I don't think we're going to take out these previous lows anymore. It's looking as if Bitcoin made its bottom at 26,000, and that's going to be set. And it's slowly but surely going to trend up from here. But the last couple of weeks have just been sideways, sideways, sideways. It's been really boring, but I think the breakout will be towards the upside, but we shall see. That was it for right now. Make sure you check out Bybit. There's about $4,000 worth of bonuses that you can get for free, so make sure you check that out, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. But make sure you join the Bybit team if you're not done that already.